Hey guys, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a hidden role deduction game called Dracula's Feast, A New Blood. Dracula's Feast is a 4 to 8 player game from Jellybean Games where players are trying to, well, I guess you're taking on the role of a big bad monster, boogie monster, Dracula, I can't remember, the ghost, you know, a whole bunch of scary characters, Dr. Jekyll. And you're going to have a secret character and you're trying to figure out who the other characters are. The goal of the game is to accuse everybody, get that right, you win the game. The trick here is people are going to ask you questions, and when they answer you, they may be lying because their character tells them to. So, if you like deduction and you like hidden roles, then let's go down to the table, see if you like this game. Alright, so here's a game of Dracula's Feast, New Blood, all set up for 4 players. Normally what I do during this part of the playthrough, but the way this game plays, that makes this a little difficult. So I'm going to go in the same route that I did for my Night of the Mummy review, which is essentially a standalone expansion of this game. And I'm going to show you how the game plays, but I'm not going to play through it. So it's going to be a little different, but it's still going to help you get the idea of how this game works. So I think, you know, it'll kind of give you the same idea if this game's for you or not. So on your turn, to set up, you're going to give each player a mystery guess. So in this case, I am Dracula. This will be me over here. I am Dracula. I'm going to have this special power down here. And then in a 4-player game, you're going to put an extra mystery guest in the middle. And then you're going to put the accusation cards of everybody that's in the game. So everybody knows that these are the 5 creatures that are in the game. Each player is going to get one of these cool cards that tells you all the character's abilities and what you can do on your turn. So on your turn, you have one of 3 actions that you're allowed to do. The first one you can do is you can inquire. So for an inquiry, I can ask any player if they are somebody. So say this is me, so I'll flip me over so you know who I am. So I'm gonna say, are you the boogie monster? So they'll look at their card. They are the ghost. If you've given an incorrect accusation card, you may immediately accuse. Okay. So we're not doing any of these. So they don't have any special powers to do this. So what they're going to do is they're going to look at their cards and they're going to secretly tell me yes or no who they are. So they would pass me this card. I would look at it and I'd say, oh, okay, that's not you. They could be telling the truth. They could be lying. You have to tell the truth unless your character says otherwise. So if her character would say always answer no or always answer yes, whatever. So that gives you a little bit of idea what's going on. So that's inquiry. You ask a question, you find out a little bit about the person. Next thing you can do is you can dance. So what you're going to do here is you're going to ask somebody to dance. So I'm going to ask, I'm just going to stay on my turn again. I'm going to ask this player to dance. They either have to accept or they have to refuse. If they refuse, I get to ask any of the other players an inquiry question, cannot ask this player. So they'll accept. The reason why they accept is because they are Boogie Monster. They have to accept all dance requests, it says on their cards. At the end of the turn in which anyone dances, they may accuse. So they're going to dance with me. So I'm going to say, so the way you dance is, if your card says hide your face while you're dancing, you hide your face. If not, then you will reveal. So we're going to dance. So everybody will close their eyes. We would keep our eyes open. And in this case, we would both show each other our cards, because neither one of us say hide your face while dancing. So I now know that this player is the Boogie Monster, and she knows that I'm Dracula. And that's dancing. And now, when anyone dances in the turn, her character is allowed to make an accusation. So she could do that if she wanted to, but she's not going to because she doesn't know who anybody is. Third thing you can do is you can accuse. So the way accusation works is you're going to take these cards. First thing you're going to do is you would reveal your character so everybody knows who you are. I've been playing with this up just so you guys kind of know who I'm playing as. But when you formally accuse, you're going to put your card face up. Then you're going to put each character down with who you think they are. So let's see. I know that one is that, and I don't know these two, but let's see if I can get it right. Then you're going to do that. Then every player is going to give you a yes or no card based on if They are, if you guessed them correctly, they have to be truthful whether the character says yes or no here. They have to tell you, if I guess that this is the swamp creature and this is the swamp creature, they have to say yes. So let's go ahead and see if I win. Nope, so I would have lost because they would have given me a no. So then secretly I would have looked at all the cards. If I get all the yeses, I win. If I get one no, I just take everybody's cards, give everybody yes and no back, and then we keep playing. But everybody's going to know who I am because I formally accused. And that's how the game plays. So you're going to keep going around like this until somebody makes a correct accusation, and whoever makes that correct accusation is the winner. That's how you play Dracula's Feast New Blood. Let's go up to the top, see what they think about it. All right, well, that was Dracula's Feast New Blood. I did a video a couple weeks back of Night of the Mummy, which is essentially a standalone expansion of this game and can be mixed with it. In the rulebook, it has some rules about mixing them, but you can mix them all together because it plays the same way. And you can have a whole bunch of characters that you can pick from and play just a huge game if you wanted to. So this plays just like the other one. So when you see my thoughts on that one, I have the same kind of thoughts on this one. It's a good game. I like it. It's a not social deduction. I keep saying that, but it's just a deduction game where you're asking questions trying to figure out who people are. And it has special player powers, which I like. Variable player powers. It makes me feel different than everybody at the table. I like that you can lie to people because the game lets you lie to people if your character says so. You can kind of get into the role playing too a little bit. Like if I'm Dracula, I can talk in that terrible Transylvanian accent. I want to suck you, blah, 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 blah. You know, like they do on Hotel Transylvania, whatever. So it's fun. It's enjoyable. It plays 15, 20 minutes. And some of the gripes I had about Night of the Museum, I keep saying that too. Night of the Mummy is it didn't come with enough cards for everybody to use as a reference. It only had the one because it's a pre-production copy. This one has enough cards for everybody, so you can look at the card and you kind of know what's going on. So this will be BGM accepted as well. It's going to get a 3.5 out of 5 wrenches, so a 7 out of 10 on BGG. If you like deduction and you like hidden rolls and you like just silly party games, definitely check this one out. And as always, Jellybean knocks it out of the park with the art. So that's something that they do pretty well, a little cartoony, fun art. So that was my review for Dracula's Feast New Blood. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and as always, keep gaming.